It's been a while, hasn't it? Let me put down this controller for a moment. I've missed you guys. I've been wanting to get back into things, I haven't had the motivation, or the spoons, or just maybe the willpower to do so. I don't really know what the right term is. And, I thought, hey, once Jake and I get into a routine, it's fine. I can do recordings and stuff when I have a dog. No, he's very particular about when he goes out, so that kind of went to pot very quickly. But that's neither here nor there, really. I figure with the Final Fantasy VII Remake only about a week out at this point, it's April 2nd, so yes, I know that I know that words are failing me. I know it's 8 days, but I'm rounding up. You guys aren't going to see this until the 10th. Wait, was I rounding up or rounding down? Details, who needs them? Anyway, I would be playing Persona 5 Royal on my own time right now, but, yeah, my GameStop is currently closed, and I don't know when they're going to open back up. There's an automated message. I'm not going to play it. I've actually tried to record this, like, 3 times total now. This is the 3rd time. So, yeah, basically, I don't know when my GameStop is going to open up again. I've got the Remake pre-ordered, I've got Persona 5 Royal pre-ordered, and I can't pick up either of them. Unless, of course, GameStop opens up again soon, but the entire state is under a stay-at-home order right now, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are being safe. And so I thought, since I can't play the remake right away, why don't I do something different and provide you with a comparison of what the original Final Fantasy VII was like? Sound good? That way you can, that way you don't have to play it if you don't have access to it either through Steam or any of the other platforms it's come out on. And by the way, this is on PlayStation 4, just like the remake is going to be, so you have options. But I've said enough here. Let's just go ahead and get started. So the Steam version is what I'm using today, and unfortunately we can't leave this screen unless I hit OK on the keyboard, which, as you can see, I've mapped to L. Alright, anyway. So I've, like I said, I've tried to record this a couple of times, and it just hasn't worked. So, I'm thinking we're going to do this episodically. So, we'll start where episode 1 starts, and we'll end where episode 1 starts. And end where episode 1 ends. Otherwise, this would be a very short playthrough. See you guys! I'm a day late on April Fools, I don't care. No, but seriously. I'm thinking, why don't we finish off once we finish Midgar? And I'm going to say that'll take maybe 4 to 5 hours tops. You guys aren't going to see a lot of that because most of it's going to be random encounters I cut out. So, let's go ahead and get started, and we'll go from there. Even though this game came out in 1997, it still looks alright in 2020. Yeah, the PS1 was not the strongest console on the market at the time, but it wasn't bad. It's just that a lot of the games on it have kind of been dated. But that's alright. It doesn't have to look pretty to still be good. My mind immediately went to super highlight as soon as I said that, and that's up for debate. Oh well. Yeah, sure, you can kind of tell that the models are a little blocky, and you can definitely see it clipping into itself, but it doesn't look bad. In fact, part of the reason this game was 3 discs in the original was probably because a lot of it was cutscenes like this. Not all of it, but a good chunk. So another reason I point out that this game was 3 discs is because the models are actually fairly blocky. In fact, I know for a fact that Final Fantasy VIII was also on the PlayStation 1, as was Final Fantasy IX, and they didn't look anywhere near as silly as the blocky models here do. But Final Fantasy VII was also the first one on the PlayStation. So anyway, let's go over the menu real quick. Editron, I need a visual aid here. So, for those unfamiliar, Final Fantasy VII runs on the Active Time Battle System, or ATB. Essentially, your turn doesn't come up until this time bar down at the bottom left or bottom right fills up. The limit bar I will address as it comes up. All you need to know for now is the more damage I take, the more that fills up. With that in mind, let's get to it. Just enjoy some classic Nobu. Is it Uematsu? I believe so, yeah, because... Jazzy, what are you saying? You've been studying Japanese. Uematsu. Right, anyway, let me up the volume on this a little bit, just to be sure. Sorry, bear with me. I know, I'm a hot mess. Right, that should do it. There we go. Everything's lined up properly now. I'll adjust the volume as needed in post, or Editron will. One of us will. Wow, you used to be in Soldier, huh? Now every day you find one in a group like Avalanche. Soldier? Aren't they the enemy? What's he doing with us in Avalanche? He was in Soldier, Jesse. But he quit and is with us now. Didn't catch your name. Well, I mean, I didn't throw it, and... Let me just quote a little bit of Final Fantasy IX here. No cloud nor squall shall keep us apart. Or something like that. Cloud. Cloud, eh? I don't care what your names are. Once this job's over, I'm out of here. The hell you all doing? Thought I told you never to move in a group. So, now that we have voices for these characters, I'm gonna try and go with those. So, unfortunately, our newest guest here, well, I'll go on to that a little bit later. Our target's the North Mako reactor. We'll meet on the bridge in front of it. I'm gonna trip over my words. Bear with me. It's been a while. Ex-soldier, huh? I don't trust you. So, Barrett that is not the voice I was expecting from him originally. When I was a kid, I always heard Frank from Mrs. Doubtfire, so... Daniel, hi! Honey, I'm so happy! Stuff like that, you know? Anyway, there's nothing over here of note. They did a great job just really kind of fleshing things out for the remake. Oh yeah, we also run on random encounters. So here we've got an MP and a Guardhound. The MP is easy enough to take care of. Guardhound... I mean... It's basically a feral animal. Although it has a tentacle on its head. I don't know why, but it's dead now. I'll explain AP as we gain access to that. But for now... Wait, can I go over here? I can, there's just nothing over here. Alright, so we got Wedge over there guarding our escape. For all the good that'll do. We got 2 MPs and a mono drive here. So from here on out, I think I'm gonna cut most of the fights. Because after we get through this screen, the music is gonna change. This is honestly one of my favorite tracks in the game, so I don't mind sharing it with you. Right, anyway. Can we get in without getting an encounter? Yes! Alright. Anyway, any encounters we run into from here on out, I'm just gonna cut ahead. I'll show 1 or 2 just to showcase the differences between characters. Even though, honestly, the way that skills and stuff are set up in this game, everybody kind of feels similar if, you know, their attack methods are different. Ah well. So now we got Barrett with us. We have a party of 2. it's not quite as different as Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be, so admittedly, everyone does kind of feel the same. I come down here because there's treasure, and I believe it's a Phoenix Down? Sweet. I know this game too well. No, honestly, because I played this part 3 times now, just trying to get this right. Apparently, a lot of the game, like random encounters and everything, aren't entirely random. I think it's predetermined, and so speedrunners are able to use that in order to skip fights, but I don't know for certain. I've only done a little bit of reading, and the only thing I know for certain is you can use what's called a skip encounter glitch to encounter the same boss twice over. I don't really know a lot about it. I've used a few of the skips and stuff I've read about, but not all of them. If I'm not talking about anything else at the time, I will talk about some of the stuff I've tried out and what I like, what I don't like. But we'll get there when we get there. So, alright, fight time. So, like I said, Barret and Cloud feel very similar. You can even tell their health is close to one another. Barret is a long-range attacker by nature. He also doesn't have access to any magic right now. But, yeah. He just has a gun for his right hand. And until we get into limit breaks and stuff, that's all you really need to worry about. So, should any encounters come up, I'll see you at the end of them. Jessie just went through the door without it opening. Why do I have to open doors? How come she can be a ghost? Also, I just meant to turn around. This place has seen better days. But I mean, it's also the #1 reactor, and as you can see, I almost said reactor because Mako. I don't know, when I was a kid, my brother used to say Mako. Like a Mako shark. And I get it, but now that we have an official pronunciation, it kind of... I don't know, it feels weird. It's like, we always used to say Chocobo in my household, and then once I heard it was Chocobo. Or Sahagin, I used to say Sahagin in my head. Thus, if those of you who are here for Dream Drop know about Carl Sahagin, the Tatsu Blaze I made. Anyway. Yeah, now that we have official pronunciations, it's different. And we are coming up to a boss fight, so I'm going to save over top of my old save, and we're going to keep going. Alright, that was a little messier than I would have liked, but that's okay. Seriously? Right before the screen transition. I like that the reactor has the year 1998 at the top of it. I don't know if you guys saw that. Ah well. That restore material we picked up, we'll cover later. When we blow this place, ain't gonna be nothing more than a hunk of junk. Cloud, you set the bomb. Shouldn't you do it? Just do it. I gotta watch to make sure you don't pull nothing. Fine, I'll do it. Watch out. This isn't just a reactor. What's wrong? Huh? What's wrong, Cloud? Hurry it up. Yeah, sorry. Heads up, here it comes. Boss time. And thus, our first boss appears, the Guard Scorpion. Search Scope is basically its way of locking onto a target, and it looks like it's going to start targeting Barret. As a machine, it is weak to lightning, so I'm going to open with that. And we don't have too much to worry about for now. It's basically, we're going to have to pump damage into it until its tail raises up. And it looks like we're about to... Well, maybe Barret will get his limit break. Yes, okay. So, once your limit gauge fills, you'll be able to do a limit skill in place of your attack. So, in this case, Barret's first limit skill is Big Shot. Now, once he uses this a certain number of times, he will actually gain access to his next one, which is Mind Blow. After that, he's going to have to deliver the number of killing blows that matches whatever it is, I think. Some characters, the first one is 96. That might be Cloud, though. Either way, Barrett's gonna heal real quick. I don't know if I explained it as well. Editron, if you want to fill in as we go, then great. If not, no worries. Oh, I just made a mistake. So, if we attack while the tail is raised, it's going to counterattack with tail laser. And, yeah, I'm just gonna queue this up and get ready to heal Cloud, because we're both gonna need this. It won't be as bad as I'm making it out to be, but it's still gonna hurt pretty bad. Case in point. Barrett just got his, or almost got his limit skill. Anyway, the other thing about limit skills is, once that meter is filled up, if you haven't taken your turn yet, or if you just took it, that bar is going to fill up much quicker. So, much like Big Shot, Braver will also attack one opponent for a lot of damage. Cloud even does a sweet little Highlander thing with it. Now, if I got lucky, this will actually take out the Guard Scorpion. Nope, okay. That's okay. We have time. Alright, he's targeting Cloud this time. Everybody's as healed up as I feel comfortable having them, so we're just gonna take care of this slow and steady. Man, that hits just as hard as Tail Laser. Wait, why didn't I use Bolt on Cloud? I'm good at this, I swear. You can use Ice as well, but Bolt just hits harder. There we go. Barrett's going to get his limit break again soon, but you've seen both of the ones that we have access to right now. So you're not missing much. However, before we start moving, despite us having a time limit now, 10 minutes to detonation. We have exactly 10 minutes, and time you spend in menus or doing other things does count against that. That is not what I wanted. But 10 minutes is more than enough for our needs. Hope you like the alarm blaring. Unless we get into combat, that's not going to go away. So, let's, Oh yeah. The time limit is still here in combat. Anyway, cut ahead. Anyway, Jesse needs help. Oh hey, maybe the alarm does stop. I think that's just in the PC version, though. There are a few issues in the PC version like that. Oh well. Let's get out of here. Apparently I was too far away from the ladder. That's the other problem with this perspective, is it gets a little wonky at times. There we go. Anyway, let's head on out of here. Not too far left to go. Counter in 3, 2, 1, and now. No, I made it through the room without it. How did Jessie get up there before me? Did she send the elevator back down? How thoughtful of her. Anyway. Hit it. How do they run so much faster than me? Oh no, we're running at the same speed now, but Jessie runs like... I don't want to say she runs like Usain Bolt when you're first going down to the reactor core, but it really seems like the most apt comparison for some reason. I don't know, they still run faster than us. And I think from here it's a cutscene. Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm not touching the controls at all. Did you notice how much rubble went everywhere? Well, mostly in Sector 1. Or was that... That might have been... Yeah, that was Sector 1. Or was it Sector 8? I don't know! Either way, yeah. So, that's the basis of combat in this game. It's not too complicated. I mean, once we get access to the materia slots and everything, that'll be different. That'll add another layer to it, but once you get the hang of that, it's simple. Also, you'll notice that Cloud and Barret have frowns while everybody else's mouths are just black circles. If I remember correctly, in the original version, on the PlayStation 1, that wasn't the case. I don't think anybody had mouths in that version.